Okay, now we're going to take a look at the E minor pentatonic scale and the E blues scale. Remember, they're only different by one note. And we're going to look at it in the first three positions. There are 5 positions of the pentatonic scale that move up the neck. And we're just going to start with the first 3 because if you have the first 3, you can solo in an entire 12-bar blues format with just those 3 versions of the scale. So we'll start with the open. Just a reminder of the open E. That's where we're starting with. That's our root. That is position 1. Okay, and it's I'll call it the fingerings. Remember, we're playing first finger first fret, second finger second fret, third finger third fret, and at the moment we're not worried about our pinky. A note about the pinky: don't get in the habit of curling it up like that because you're going to use it. Just get in the habit of just letting it rest just right over the strings. Okay, do not curl it up. It's a bad habit. So we're playing open 3, open 2, open 2, open 2, open 3, open 3. And that is the open E minor pentatonic. Now if we add this note right here, the flat 5, it's in between the 4 and the 5. So let's call it the flat 5, and that gives us a blue note. And then it repeats again right there. Okay. Next, we're going to look at the E minor second position. And we're going to begin from the 3rd with our second finger on the 3rd fret, and that's the G, which is the minor 3rd of this scale. And we're not changing anything. It's the exact same notes. We are just starting from the 3rd instead of from the root. So we're playing 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3. Then we're going to shift up a half step on the B string. 1, 3, 1, 3. 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. Shift down to 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2. So let's listen to those. Here's the E, or the starting on the E. Starting on the G. Same notes. Right? Same notes. Now, one of the cool things about, let me show you the blues scale real quick. The blues scale in this position, we have to move, we have to stretch to get that flat 5. So we play 2, 4, reach down, go slide down a half step with the first finger, flat 5, slide back up a half step, 5, and then play with the 4th finger, first finger, 4th finger, first finger, second finger, there's our second flat 5, and then 3rd finger. again, we shift it up a half step. First finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, fourth finger. So in this position, the flat 5 occurs 3 times, 3 octaves. So notice there's a flat 5 here, and there's a flat 5 here. Same note. When you're ascending, you're going to grab the flat 5 up here with the first finger. When you're descending, you're going to shift upward a half step and grab it with this pinky. So descending, or you can descend and shift, which is probably the better way to do it because it sets you back up in the right position to start the scale over again. So I'm going to play it through it again. Now let's look at the third position. The third position is going to start on the A, and there's two different ways to play it. I would recommend starting off this way. It's a little more difficult, but you need to know it both ways because you never know where you're going to be approaching something. You don't want to get locked into just one way to play it. You want to have multiple options so that, you know, in the heat of the moment and playing a song, you can play it this way, you can play it that way. You have options. So we're going to start with playing it from let's do the first finger. So it's 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, shift down a half step, 1, 4, shift back up a half step, 1, 4, 1, 3, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3, shift down a half step, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Or you could descend and do 4, 1, and then shift 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. You could also start it off the second finger. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3. The good thing about playing it with your first finger is you're able to better play the flat 5s. They fall more naturally than if you're trying to play it with the second finger. Because the flat 5 is right here after your first note. Here's the 4, we're starting the scale on the 4. Here's the 5, so even though we're up here on A, we're still playing the E minor pentatonic, okay? In fact, up here on A, the 5th of A is E, our root, okay? So we're still totally in the harmonic neighborhood, even though we've, gone up all these frets. It's still the same scale. So let's look at the blues scale real quick in this position. So you see there's a shift there. I'll descend from here. Well, let's just start from the top. All right, 3, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3, shift down to 1, shift back up and grab it with the 4. 4, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. And those are the first 3 positions. And let me show you a couple of interesting things just real quick. The second position, this note right here, is the 4th. So here's our root, here's the minor 3rd, and this is the perfect 4th. There's the flat 5, and there's the 5. Now a 12-bar blues goes from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, back to the 1 chord, and then to the 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord. So just looking at root notes, we'll talk about everything else in another video, but just looking at root notes, if I'm soloing and I'm focusing on this open E, right, while I'm on the 1 chord, and I'm playing and really just kind of focusing around that 1. And then when the song goes to the 4, all I have to do is slide up to the 4. And I am on the root of the 4 chord. So, and then it goes back to the 1 chord. Then it goes up to the 5 chord. So we're going to slide. Here's our 4. Down to the 4. Back to the 1. So we've just outlined a 12-bar blues with, 3 notes on the high E string. And when you're soloing, it breaks you out of just being stuck just in that box. Now you can start traveling up. Let me show you another thing real quick before we leave. The house, they call it the house pattern. So here's our 4, here's our minor 3rd. So that makes this our root. This is another E. And this is the minor 7th. And then right here is the note that kind of makes this the house. Okay? Kind of creates a house shape. You have these little walls and then the pitched roof. If you really want to go down the rest of the scale, you can right? You can work up and down the scale, but just really know about that house pattern, because you can come out of and then you can, when you go up to the 5, but you have to come down to the 4. So that's the first 3 scales of the E pentatonic, minor pentatonic, and the E blues scale. All right, good luck. Work on those, and I'm going to post a video on some more soloing ideas using those scales.